All right. So I got some things that I want to do. Make sure to open up Unity. Turn the music down a little bit. So I got a couple more things. So I kind of want to start with this one first. The try to have the text always be shown by the cameras forward. So this is the elevation text I was trying to do yesterday. Also, I did add something, so let me show that off. I had to plug in my controller. I was moving some files around on a hard drive that I had to So I got this thing to render where the I got that disk stuff. So obviously the red stuff, don't place it in there, and everything in the green it can. And this isn't base Unity stuff. This is a add-on called Draw XXL. I'll show it in a bit, but it's cool for rendering stuff like this. So it probably did pick a point over here. Either that or the values I have aren't set up correctly. Might need to adjust those, but yeah, so now hopefully it shouldn't be too close to each other. That's as simple as tweaking those values. But yeah, I got it so that every time it places a platform, it shows like where the next one should be in a disk. And I'm like laughing at myself now. Like finding how to place something in a disk is so easy. Because it's just, so before it was, I was just placing it in a circle. And with the disk, what I wanted it to do is don't place it within that red circle there, but everything in the green, excluding obviously where they intersect. And so it's just the radius of the inner circle with that red one, and then the radius of the green one. You just do a value in between those two, and then that'll get you that area there. I don't know why I was making it more complicated than it needed to be. But yeah, I want to make that text over there move with the camera so it goes around the band. All right, enough messing around with that. And I don't think I did much else besides getting this asset implemented and fixing that. I think there was a bug I had in my code with platform. I think this one had a bug. I'll show off real quick that I saw when I was looking back at the recording. In the start, let me see. So in start here, I actually had the invoke repeating function. I wanted to use invoke, so if I had invoke repeating, it would try to spawn the platform. Thankfully, I think at that time, I implemented spawn platform, where it only really works the one time until you step on a new platform. So I think it wasn't an issue, but if I didn't have that safeguard in mind, it would have just kept spawning, because I think I put the repeat rate at 0 seconds, so it would have just kept doing it. Would have been pretty bad. Okay, so how do I want to get this? Because I guess it would just be, so I just rotate this, right? Rotate it on the Y. Okay. Let me try follow player rotation. I don't know if it's specifically the player or the camera. I think it's the camera, but for right now, I'm just gonna call it follow player rotation. I might be taking a break mid-session. I think I might actually go offline and then come back on to finish up some of the stream, because my mom's coming over later and she's going to bring food, so I might take a break to do that. All right, so I want to do public start. So I want to get that transform. I want to get its forward, so I want to do private, transform, player transform for now. It might not be a player. So I have this other asset. I'm just adding assets and assets on my project. This made easy thing, because I suck at understanding rotations. I had this one asset that lets me like tween stuff, and that one works okay sometimes. But for other rotations, it's not as simple. I was just like, I'll make it do a circle or something, because like quaternions are like super complicated. And they don't do what you expect them to do, so I have this thing that makes it easy. Okay, so I think it's made... What is it called? I always forget. Quaternion? Not it. What is it? That was made easy. Rotation. Should find it on here. Rotation. I think I do have it installed. Sure. The Dark Demon? Yep, made easy. Easy Quaternions is what it's called. Easy Quaternion. I know there was easy in the name. Import it. And then I want follow. Let's see. I think I skipped something here. Oh, I gotta use, it uses a singleton pattern too, I forgot. Easy Quaternion instance dot follow instance rotate towards point. Rotate. Let's try this. So this takes in what? The transform we want to adjust, and I'm guessing the point that we want to face. Oh, I think it's match rotation and match rotation smooth. What I want. Match rotation smooth. It's the first transform. That's the player transform. And that should be, I guess, transform of this. Speed. I guess I'll add that value there. Private. Float. Speed. I'm actually gonna make its own separate thing and not just matching it perfectly. So follower transform. Okay. And so with this, it'll always try to do it. So I call it the once, but it's always updating. So the band. Now I don't remember if there's a limitation to like, I only want it to rotate on a certain position. I'm gonna try it with Lily, but it should be her camera, not her. I'm not seeing any errors. Oh, we don't have a rotation speed. Let's do 10. Actually, I don't think that updates, so by that. Okay, how does it look in game? I don't really notice any difference based on the character's rotation, so I don't think Lily actually rotates. Oh wait, she's moving weird, so I might need to switch those values around. Oh, I think that's it. Now, do I want it to be her or the camera? That's the question. I'm gonna try the camera. No, I think this is the one I want to use. Okay. I don't know exactly if that's the one I want to use. Because it does work the way I want it, kind of. This is the thing. I want it to only like follow one kind of rotation. Well, it is a kind of cool effect. But I don't like how it's like dipping below like that. I want it to be at my elevation. Let me see. Probably gonna do something where I strip. If I made something that had like something similar to the rotation, is there any other documentation on this? Speed. Okay, it doesn't have. Mhm. That's a bummer. I could make something in here that mimics the X and Z rotation. I don't want it to pivot up and down. How would I do that? Layer camera mimic. Mimic player camera. So I want to disregard. Let's see. I don't think it's a Y, actually. I think it might be X. What would that be? That's ridiculous. It's like it's VR. Might be something to come back to. I think for right now, I'll just use Lily. Because at least it's the characters forward. I don't want to push the text forward a little because I don't like that it's clipping. Could make it just rotate around slowly. Isn't there like a rotator? See what 30 is. That's not too bad. I think for now I'll have it where it just rotates around the band. All right. So there's that. Just adds a little life to the game. The next thing I wanted to work on, and I kind of got that, but I'll work on that some more later. Let's do make the platforms disappear after some time once stepped on. So that can go into the... Where does that go? Should be in the base platform. All start start disappear timer. Too many P's. Timer. So that'll be, let's do a private coroutine numerator. Disappear timer. Whoops. No, why would it do that? Return null. Function here, public private void start disappear time. And that just says start the coroutine. I guess I can stop all coroutines. Oh, my bad. I hit the mic. Mic down, mic down. Definitely something I'm gonna edit after this stream. Okay, so I want to start a timer. I guess I can put a private float lifetime. I'll say 8, actually 10. private float current lifetime. Here we'll say current lifetime is equal to 0. And then we want to do while current lifetime is less than lifetime. That is way too much stuff. Current lifetime plus equals time dot delta time. And then wait a frame, yield, turn new wait for end of frame. And then here, we just make the thing disappear. I think I will clean it. So var disappear clean equal to transform do scale. So I want to go to 0. I can just say vector 0. Need this. Do scale. What are the parameters again? Need the end value, which is going to be 0. Float duration. A second. And I can set some easing. Set ease to. I'll do linear for now. And then I could have a function for when it finishes, but I think it's fine. Actually, I will have a... adjust the mic. Dot on complete. I think it's... always forget which one it is. Don't want to do that. Make a custom function. Platform. Despawned. Private void platform despawned. And here, I guess I could destroy it. For now, I'll destroy it. Oh, hi, Mads. It's going okay. How about you? Okay, let's see. Am I applying the tween? Start disappear timer. See if that does something. So the type of game I'm making, I guess like in a simpler terms, it'd be like a incremental platforming game. Like an incremental game, like if you think like Cookie Clicker, where you want to get the number up. But with this one, you want to get like a higher elevation. And as you play the game, you want to get as high as possible. But obviously there's going to be different things that prevent you from getting as high as you'd want. Right now, I'm just doing this like simple platform spawning. And then obviously when you fall, it ends your game loop. And then it you get points based on the highest elevation. And then that way you can just get higher and higher, all that kind of stuff. I got the idea because I was playing a mod of Mario Sunshine called Super Mario Sunshine Eclipse. And the gameplay in that was kind of fun. And I thought, oh, what if you did it like where you're just trying to go up and up? Because I think there are some levels in that where you're just kind of climbing really high up and just kind of looking back on, like, just marveling at how high I went up, even though it doesn't feel like it. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so it does have the kind of the core game loop here. Spawns. And I guess, I think I will be moving the range out a little farther just to make it so it's more likely that you fail in the beginning. That way you get the points. Right now, it's like okay, but it's not crazy exciting. Yeah, kind of like only up. But I kind of want it so that, like, it's fine that you fail because, like, you'll be able to make your progress back faster. And I think probably as you go up, probably like decrease the lifespan of the platforms. That way you're kind of like panicking. Maybe roguelike-esque. I'm not too sure. The idea is like you have different elevations and each one will have its like gimmick or game mechanic. So right now it starts off with the just the simple platforms, and maybe there'll be ones that rotate or ones that kind of like in some Mario games where if you jump, it rotates the platform. So you need to time things properly. Elevation at. So now I need to make it so that whatever my max elevation is, it doesn't go down from that. Okay. Let me look at my checklist. Okay, that's done. When hitting the floor after touching the first platform in the game. I'll do that first, but I think I'll just make it so that elevation stays at the max. That would be, I think, on starting point. I'm gonna have private float last player elevation. And I guess an update, I'll just set last player elevation should be the max of math.max. I mean, you can get started right now into coding. You can perhaps add different sizes or something. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I might try different size platforms. That way it adds a little bit of variety in the beginning, and it slowly teaches the player, like, oh, well, there's going to be some variety and not everything's going to be the same. Because right now it's a little boring because it's just the same platform over and over again. Yeah, if you want to get into coding, you definitely can. Just start with a small project in mind and then build up from there. Just accumulate different skills. I forgot what was the first thing I programmed. It probably was just like, oh, make a calculator app or something like that. You surprisingly learn a lot from just making something like that. So it's last player elevation and get current player elevation. Yeah, it is kind of hard to get into it when it's like you don't know anything about it at all. It is kind of So one of the things that I didn't like about programming at first was all the, I guess the term is boilerplate, like all the stuff you needed to get it running in the first place. Like I think C or something, you need like a main function, but knowing that you need a main function and all the code or text that you need to add beforehand just to get something basic working, like making it print out some text. Some programming languages are a lot more beginner friendly. Like I think Python's pretty beginner friendly. This one is Unity, use C#. I mean, you can start with other kinds too. There's like block or node based programming. Unreal does that, and Scratch is kind of like that too. So for right now, okay. So I want to have a trigger or a collider. Let's have a collider. Finish game. Impact? Call it that. Yeah, that is a thing. There's like so many different programming languages. The good thing though is once you understand like the basics of programming, it doesn't really matter what programming language you use. They all have kind of like their own syntax of like specific ways of doing things, but they all do the same thing. It's just how you go about it in the programming languages. But yeah, it's very overwhelming as a beginner, so there's still some stuff that's like it goes over my head and I just like that's something for me to deal with later on. Okay. Finish game impact. I want on collision enter. Let's do a simple print for now. Other.name. Does it not have a name? Huh. Let's see if it recognizes the player when it collides. Okay, I'm not seeing... This is one thing I don't like about mesh colliders, is they never work for what I want it to do. So maybe I can just do like an invisible box collider. 3D cube. It needs to be bigger, 50 by 50. $100 by 100. There's probably a better way of doing this, but 120 by 120. Rid of the mesh renderer. This is going to be, make it a trigger. No problem, Mads. I appreciate you coming to the stream. Thanks. Have a good one. Let me change this to on trigger enter, private on trigger enter, other name, parent other name. Yeah, that's so weird. This collider has it, but I guess because the other one's a collision. Stomp hitbox landed on it, but it's not detecting mine. It is now. So I want to check when we've stepped on a platform. Maybe I should have a game manager script. Let's have a game manager. Team managers. Game manager. Game. Private bool stepped on platform on a platform. What the hell did I do? This is going to be a singleton behavior. Let's make this public for right now because I'm lazy. Usually with game managers, I tend to make them public. Okay. So when we land on a platform, which is in base platform, let's go here, set that we touched a platform. Or other, set that we touched a platform in the game manager. Instance stop touched platform. On platform is true. Okay. So when we do this, if game manager stepped on a platform, if other try get components out player print touched the ground, game over. Import that. Convert that. Oh dang, I dropped some frames. What the heck? That's gonna be annoying. Fortunately, when I upload it to YouTube, I don't think there's drop frames, just on Twitch's end. Okay, let's see. I have... I'm gonna have this docked off screen, that way I can go full screen. It's a better viewing performance. So if I land here, then I land on the ground, touch screen. Okay. Try it again, and if I jump, that ideally would trigger it, but since I have that flag there, it shouldn't. Yep. Nothing's happening when I jump. Okay, cool. I'll have for now just have like a canvas that I did decide to put it there. My canvas. Game over canvas. This right. Screen size 1920 by 80. A UI panel. Oh, I see. Because I was trying to put on a panel, but it has to go into a canvas. And so there's no, if it's not directly attached to a canvas, it finds the first one. That's why I did that. Increase the opacity. That's crazy how that's. Oh, I think it's because of gizmos. Oh, I think because this PNG has like opacity built into it. Like if I just did a square, I think. In here. Mute my mic. All right, I'm back. I'm probably going to be going back and forth a little bit. I'm just making some food for my family. What is this? First time chat. Sorry if I didn't see it right away. Although, I think this is a bot or AI, whatever. If you aren't a bot, I appreciate it. But I'm good. Appreciate the offer. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute. Where to hide this chat? Because yeah, you have a random name and then just a bunch of digits. It seems like a bot. They are real. Well, I guess they're timed out for 600 seconds, so it doesn't really matter. Go back to. I'm just gonna open the door for my dogs. All right. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was making a game over screen. That's text. Oh, he did fix it, putting the super text mesh over here. Cool. Me. Bigger. Game over. Now. So I'll make it stretch from the center. Needs to be white. Where is it? I don't see it anymore. Oh, I see. Now it's centered. Middle, center. Way too small. Game. Okay. I'll just have a let's see. Game over STM. Add UI super button. 300. 35. Way too small. Continue, I guess. I'll just have create a holder. My empty holder. So that way I can have this thing open. That way I can just toggle it like that for the time being. Add like an animation later on, but have game over canvas. Be right back. All right, back there. So game over canvas. Simple for right now. Just turn on the game over canvas holder. Click void. How do I want to do that? I just want to call the function. Now I guess. So when we do that, game over canvas dot instance dot show. When we do that, this is why I want to. Okay, there'll be a game manager, public event handler on game over. Here, I want to do start game manager dot instance dot on game over. I want to subscribe to the event with show game over canvas. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I want to also disable the player controls when you have game over. So that way I'm not just like badly connecting the things. I want it to be each thing manages its own. It's less convoluted. Instead of this, say game manager instance. Nope. On game over. Then I need to look at the player. I think there's a way to disable input. us have player input. Oh, there is one. Character controller. That former player inputs. So that way when there's certain instances where I need to disable them, I can just listen to it on this script. Use the reference to that player, private player, and start. I want to do the same thing. The game manager.instance.on game over. The player.inputs. Stop that. Is that it? That's it. That's pretty simple. I don't think it is, because yeah, we'll see. Or I'll see. Well, if there's people actually watching me, they'll see too. Drag player in, save. Oh, one thing I was sad about, I can't use the Red Taxi album I have, because that gets copyright claimed on YouTube, unfortunately. Oh my god, what the... I've noticed that bug happens sometimes, even though I turn post-processing off, somehow it still gets activated in the play mode. Yeah, I don't think it'll happen now. Maybe it is? Oh my god, that is so disorienting. Why is it doing that? I don't know why it's doing that. Oh my god, dude, what is up with that? Maybe the camera has like a... I turned off post-processing. Okay, now it's not doing that. That's such a weird bug. Why did that activate twice? It might have spawned inside Lily's head. Actually, I want to see what happens when it despawns below me. Okay, cool. And I can't move, so that's awesome. New button doesn't do anything. Alright. Go to my thing here. When hitting the floor after... Yep, we got that done. Give points based on highest elevation. Okay, that can be shown in the game over then. So, starting point. I want a function that gets me that value too. Public float. Okay. And then that's going to be in game over canvas. That out of the way. That back on. Move the text. That. Copy the text. A little bit smaller. Maybe like half. Let's see. Max points elevation points earned. I think that's fine. We'll just do elevation. And this will be game over elevation text. And all it does is just set the value. And I guess what I get from this value, I don't think there's going to be any like complex functions right now. Just whatever height I reach, just give me that value as points. It's super text mesh, elevation text, click void set text, set elevation text. Don't want that. Elevation. And then game over canvas, I have a private, private game over elevation text. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Game over elevation text. Elevation text. Here, when we show, I want elevation text set text equal to, let me grab that value. Var elevation equal to last point, or is it starting point instance dot get last elevation. Okay, let's drag that in. Elevation text. Damn, I guess. There, and then in the game over canvas, I gotta recompile. Okay. Boom. Back off. You know what? Let me look at some of the values here. Platform spawner. Spawn radius, let's do it with like 7, 6, and 12. Hopefully that helps with better spawns. I'm not expecting to make that jump, actually. Okay, that's an interesting thing here. I need to deal with those missing things later. Now it's... Okay. That was something I was worried about. Oh, that's interesting. One of them disappeared faster than the others. Does jumping on it make it go by faster? My elevation should be 111. When I fall. Cool. It did. Alright, so now look at the checklist here. Get points based on highest elevation. So have a shop scene to buy upgrades. Okay. How do I want to do that? Do I just want it to be its own scene? Or could I just like have UI over everything and then just reload? How do I want to go about this? I guess I'll make a new scene. So one thing I want to say is I'm going to duplicate this scene. I'm going to call this shop. I'm going to get rid of, I think, everything. Oops. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Game over manager. Actually, I could probably keep that and reuse that. Don't need 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 Lily. I mean, I guess I could just throw in a regular camera. I don't know if I need the managers. Keep it for now, I guess. So this is going to be called shop canvas. Get rid of that. Shop canvas. Spaces. Shop canvas. Okay, let me change this text to shop. Weird. Oh yeah, I guess because that's... Copy that. That'll be like the return button. I move it out of the... Oh, that's just the text. Doing it again. getting this same message. AI streamer stuff. It's weird the text doesn't render on the. I wonder if that's a shading thing. Do not want the sound back on. Change the text to play. Yeah, the UI is going to look kind of gross right now just because I want it to be functional. Have the text be I guess on the top. How does that look? Top like that. Okay. That way it's my points. Hide that for now. So now I need to make things that are like the upgrades. How do I go about that? Do have a project, I think. Let me see if I can find it. Remember if I deleted it or not. I think it's this game. It's called Skill Tree Game. I was trying to learn how to make a skill tree. Let's see, what else do I need to get done? Well, I have the shop scene. Not really much with it right now, but grab skill tree upgrade from old upgrade. That's what I'm doing right now, actually. Getting ahead of myself. I guess I could show this off then. We have... Let's see how this goes. I do have it. It was like a little asteroids game. Kind of janky though. I wanted it so that you have some simple gameplay that goes by pretty fast, and then you can upgrade and then get back to the gameplay. Because I've noticed a lot of good incremental games kind of have that. Either incremental games or roguelike games have this gameplay where it's you do a little bit and then you make yourself stronger and then you keep doing it. But for right now it's just motionless. Well, he rotates. Then I have the skill tree system here. It doesn't really work well with the controller. More so made for mouse. I'll probably need to mimic something like this. Okay. I have my currency here. This reset button is just to put me back in the middle, and move this. There's a continue button that takes you back. Stop playing that. So I'm curious. Okay, I did not implement that in this project. There is a asset I'm kind of tempted to use. It's called Scene Manager. Kind of good, kind of eh. It's an easy way to load scenes and stuff. It is nice, but there's some, I'd say there's some baggage with the asset. It's a different way of doing stuff in Unity. I don't know if I'm really willing to deal with. Okay, how to use skill tree. Did I not make this a separate package? Maybe I didn't. Okay, so first I want to go to the scene. Big. Scenes. Wait, are you telling me? Did I just do the upgrade tree here? I did it right there. So does the continue button just load? Reloads the scene? What was past me thinking? I mean, it's fine, it works. What does the reset level do? Okay, just does the basic reload this active scene. Okay. Let me look at now. This kind of stuff I feel like is kind of more something for me to do off screen because it's not really that fun. It's just kind of like research, boring research stuff. It's not actually getting stuff done, but whatever. So upgrade tree. Oh boy. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I'm amazed by some of the stuff I was able to do before. So I have like some sort of dictionary with the name of the skill. Do we have it unlocked or not? And if we have a certain level for that skill. Okay. And then I have a save and load thing. Let's go to canvas. We have that holder, so it turns it on and off. We have the button that we want to be the first one selected. Skill tree nodes. So skill tree nodes. I write if they have requirement, which I'm guessing is this thing. I read that there's no requirement. I think the way I wrote it, yeah, a requirement. So I made it so that It's flexible, so if just default, just no requirement. But if I need to say it needs another skill before being unlocked, that's the requirement. I think this one has blaster capacity here. We check whether or not we've unlocked this skill. We return that. Okay. Right, skill tree node. I definitely need to extract this to its own thing. That way I can just plop it over. But this might be something I'm doing after the stream's over. Okay, so skill tree should have a requirement. We have a scriptable object for information relating to this skill. You have some UI based on the skill. And then any connections. Okay. Skill tree can be either locked, can be unlocked, or unlocked. That means we've purchased it. This means that any prerequisites, I think, have been met, but I haven't purchased it yet. And locked means that the prerequisites have not been met and I have not bought it yet. Okay, yeah, this stuff is just going to be, I think, ported over. I think I tried my best beforehand to make it so that it's not so tightly coupled to this project in particular. I think it's fine. The only thing is maybe these requirements, but those are very simple pieces of code. That's fine. What is this UI in charge of? I got rid of it. Okay. Any other skill tree stuff I should know about? So the manager, what does that do? Got the nodes, the data. So I think the difference between the node and the data is like, I think the data is like stuff that I need to save. Yeah, skill tree data is the stuff that's it's how you're going to be accessing the data. So this part is kind of, I'll need to adjust this for Icarus. That should be fine. Okay, a lot of this doesn't look too bad to port over then. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing this on stream because I think that'd probably be boring for you guys. I mean, if what I was doing right now isn't boring, I don't know what is. Well, let's not save. So I'm not going to be doing these now. I'm going to kind of have this already. And then when we press play, I can just look for a reset level. Just grab that at least. It should be in projects, scripts, reset level. I'll just copy this. Here, projects, scripts, my behavior, reset level. So let's just hide this stuff. This is loading. I guess that doesn't need to be commented. And I just need to say using Unity engine scene management, and then everything else should be good. Cool. Then I can just attach that onto the button. Reset level. It's not a function, or did I not make it public? No, I made it public. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this. I don't think I'm gonna have a shop scene. I think we'll just do it in the testing scene. We'll just have that there. I think I will make the panel completely opaque. Oh, my music crash? It did crash. I have noticed that happens sometimes. I don't know what causes it. Change some music. You know, I'm tempted to just let it rip, but I do know that I think Deltarune music gets copyrighted on YouTube. Go for Born and Bred music. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, the play button. Reset this level. Then I need to do Control-Shift-B to bring up the build stuff. Okay. So the continue button should turn that off and turn this on. Here's the thing that lets me put the sort order cell to 10. Shop. Let's make two things. It's going to turn this off. Object set active to false. I'm going to turn this one on. Now that's a little messy, but it should be fine. Okay, let's see if that works. One thing I need to do is I do have a bangers folder for your absolute bangers, but there's nothing in it right now. So I need to do that on my off time. How I can just have a bunch of songs. Because there are some songs in some of the OSTs that I don't really like, but I just leave them in there for archiving sake. Oh no. Okay, I can do that at least. Okay, that's fine. I'll just let it fall. What? Why did that one fall? Okay, that's strange. Oh, that's interesting. Why is the button not clickable? Don't tell me it's because it's a super text mesh button. That'd be weird. That's just a regular button. I have an event system, right? That might be why. Platformer junk. I might not have an event system. Okay. After this, there is one more thing. I was gonna do what Mads42 recommended and just make some different shaped platforms at least. That was a really good idea. Just gonna fall. Now it should activate. Cool. And we shouldn't be moving. At least I hope not. And then it doesn't display my elevation, but that's fine. And then we play. Cool. All right. Let's make some different platforms. So in the platform spawner, back there, instead of a platform prefab, I'll do private list of platform. I think it's base platform list. Platform prefab list. Yeah, I think I need that. So for now, for random platform prefab, I'm just gonna do one from that size. The random platform prefab. Just gotta make some. I think I'll make like a very long one, a very small one. I think we could see if I have it already in the project. Like a one that lets me recolor textures. I don't know if I have it in here. Okay, I think it's F impossible. Read texture. I think it's this one. No demo stuff, is there? No, okay. It's just a tool. Pretty cool because it lets you make like seamless textures, and it lets you like recolorize things in the editor. Pretty nice. Okay, so let me prefabs, platforms. scene view. Change out of isometric view. I forget. Remember, I saw it last stream too. It again. How do I prompt that little gizmo that's normally on the right side here? Properties? That's not what I want. The hell is it? Tools. Remember, was it tilde? Orientations. There we go. Much better, much better. What is going on? Why did that get rotated? Wait. 0, 0, 0. Oh, there we go. Why is she? Where is she? Huh? Oh. Make sure everything's all good. This kind of stuff is why I was kind of hesitant to streaming in the first place. It's like, it's not that interesting. I don't know what causes that, dude. It's so annoying. You know what that issue is? That is the platform spawner. Put that in there. Wanted to add this here. Go to the material. Select the material. But you know what? I don't think I needed that texture asset. I just imported. Because what I'm going to do, duplicate this. I'm going to convert it. Material I like using. Tune ramp. Tune. That's fine. I can have dice 1, then I can make dice 2. Dice 2, I can just U shift it. I want to do yellow. Add a little bit of saturation. Fine. Let's do a blue dice. One more. We'll do green. All right. So 4 variants. And platform. Long. There waits for me to. I wanted the yellow one to be long. Make the below one the small one. Two 2.4. I think 0.5 is probably fair. And then finally, that one. But which size should I make it? I guess I could just make it smaller. Smallest. Okay. Let's do those platforms. Long. Small. Smallest. Of those. Platform spawner. see how that works. Camera's a little fucked up right now, but it should be fine once the game plays. Just a moment. Alright, so it spawned one of them. Actually bigger than I thought it would be. Okay, I was not expecting to make that. Okay, I'm gonna adjust the range. It's not it's not fair. 8. And then let's see. Do with the inner radius of that 12. Ratio 6 maybe. See if that's more fair. Can make it up. One thing, I should probably just adjust the rotation. Just give it a random one. At least, should be giving it different rotation. Probably should adjust the triggers too, because they're looking kind of weird. Oh, I think that's as high as I'm gonna get. Oh, well, normally I wouldn't have a glider, so that's fine. Let me add it so that it adds a random rotation. Yeah, we'll add a random rotation. Okay. So spawner. So platform. What if I did easy quaternion instance dot rotate so it's going to be come on, give me the what are you expecting? It's gonna be a rect transform. I don't know why it's giving me the transform, so I'm gonna guess that's the platform game object dot transform. Next, all this stuff going on. Speed, make it 100. Let's do 90 for random dot range if I did vector 3 dot up. Random that it. Try that. Man, I love the Born of Bread music, so good. Okay, give me the rotations. Oh, no. Thankfully I can do that. Well, these different shapes were definitely a good recommendation. It definitely spices up how things are done. The rotation's pretty good too. I do need to improve the system on where it places something. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bull crap where it places things. I like that. Wonder how high I can get up here. I think I can... Oh, oh man. 162. Okay, I think that's going to be it for this stream. Why is it not letting me press continue? That's weird. Alright, but that's going to be it for now. If you guys enjoyed the stream, if you guys want to catch it up on YouTube, it'll be on there either later today or tomorrow. Alright. See you guys tomorrow, hopefully.